Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Chrono Cross. Last time we explored Termina and Viper Manor, and we got ourselves a new party member and a boat. Boats are good. Finally got somebody who's not green innate, which is nice. And, well, too bad we're going to use two green characters today. We're only using two green characters because it's either two green characters or two black characters, because I'm too lazy to unequip elements. Regardless, let's go into Shadow Forest. Shadow Forest is an interesting beast here. There is a treasure chest over here. By the way, I had somehow made... I guess I wasn't paying attention, or they've modified things. Hello, do not jump on me. And things have changed a little bit in the Viper Manor Bluffs from what my note said. There's actually 5 pieces of mithril and 1 capsule. I don't know how I got this screwed up before. We're going to hold off on getting that chest for the moment. And apparently fight one of these balls because he's not going to let me get away. It's no different from any other bulb we've fought. It probably has more HP. It still falls down in one turn. Not sure why I care, but it's there. Okay, good enough. No treasure in that hole this time. I am going to come back to fighting that other guy in a little bit here. But for now, let's make our way into here. Avoid fighting you for the moment. Okay, that was fun. Make me fight an enemy as I'm trying to transition into things. What do we got here? Oh? Join me for some stew. Gosh, though, bring me a mushroom. Give you that treasure if you're able to find one that will impress me. Okay. We have a somewhat sort of little side quest. Now, you might remember that guy. We actually saw him in another world. Hello, look at all the dudes. Can we get that treasure chest without running into battle? Thank you. Carnivore Trap. Why are you sitting in the tree? Get out of there. I was trying to move to the right. The game would not let me. It actually forced me to the left. Not and say we did. Trying to get into the tree. I don't want to fight dudes right now. I didn't even get a chance to run away. I was instantly put into another battle. I didn't even fully load the screen. Please, video game, stop. I actually should have brought another character that I didn't. But that can be remedied in a little bit. Whoa, look at all the dudes. And we have more of the gloops. I don't think there's anything special about them. Oh yeah, on a little minor note, would you stop missing, please? Seriously, stop missing. On a minor note on something I said in the previous episode about the enemies being still weak over on Viper Manor Bluffs. Seriously, what's with the misses in this fight? The enemies over there that jump out at you, they're still weak. However, the enemies that are flying around, the gobbledygooks, those ones have been upgraded. The other ones are the same as they are in another world, but the gobbledygooks that are flying around, those ones specifically are like new variants. The ones that jump out at you featuring those Loch Ness enemies, those ones are as weak as they were before with the same drop table that they had before. Alright, so we saw his higher level one, so let's take a look at his lower level one, though we've already seen it when he's used it, I think, on us earlier, but there we go. Hey, they dropped Cure Plus. And I'm in another battle. Fun times. These enemies, I want to have a Sprig fight. Because I want to kill them with Sprig so I can doppelgang them for, well, a little bit later on today. I am going to be going into some pretty cool stuff here. Let's go with Magnaverse. Hopefully that finishes you off. Yeah, Sprig is a major asset to us this early in the game. As you can see, enemy is now confused. Rare that confusing an enemy will happen, but it does happen. And you can get some interesting effects out of it if you do. I don't know what the confused AI script is off the top of my head for this guy, but I guess we'll find out here eventually. Or he'll just do nothing. That's fine too. Yeah, still confused. I'm going to target this one instead. Well, you got the kill there for one. You only need to kill the one, but I'm almost already built up, so I might as well just cast the Meteor Shower and finish things off. There we go. Oh, still alive. And now it's gone. Alright, so you want to do that. And there's some Aqua Balls. Now, I'm going to go all the way through and we're going to do something here. Let us... Wow, they made it so much more visible. Go away. Over here, you said, or there's a kid here. Said he saw a great item and went into the cave. And then a rock fell down and now he's trapped. Now, interestingly enough, I think this only occurs if you move the rock from down here to there in another world. It's one of those strange connections between the world that doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it's there. So that's interesting. If that doesn't happen, then the guy will just be standing here and you can just talk to him directly. But if not, you have to go down here. And you'll see right down below me, there is another one of those bugs in the water. In the original PlayStation version, it was so dark, you couldn't see this. And I think they just forgot to put the sprite there in general. But if you approach it, you don't run into battle. But pressing the X button on it scares this guy out of a hole. Huh. Couldn't find the exit. Accept this as a token of my appreciation. A mushroom. And a battle, apparently. Okay, after finishing off that battle, I went and double-checked my notes. There's very little interesting notes about the enemies in here, save for one. Video game, can I please go up? Pretty much all the enemies have weaker magic defense than physical defense, so don't need to worry about that. This, of course, brings us back here. Okay, after being forced into 2 battles, I was about to say, this is just where we already were before, so we don't need to worry too much. We could have come through Viper Manor to do this if we wanted to. It doesn't really matter. The important bit is the enemies are pretty generic. There's one of note, and I don't even think we've seen him. I don't know if he's here now or if he's here later or what the deal is. However, I have made some particular choices here to set up so that I can get some really nice stuff. Step 1 is give someone who's not Lynx, because Lynx has way too much attack power, Diminish. Step 2, set up Sprig. Doesn't matter what element Sprig has, just bring her along. And what we're going to do is we're going to run into battle against this enemy here. The enemy that I've been avoiding this whole area. This is Couscous. Of all interesting things that we've had access to, this is one of the most unique enemies in the entire game. They have a built-in counterattack that allows them to counter any element cast against them, no matter what it is. With this being said, let's have Sprig attack and build up to Doppelgang. And here we can Doppelgang into some of the enemies that we've either killed or that she had access to by default. The new one that we just defeated, the little bug, is called Gyarados. So let's transform into that. The next thing we want to do is fast forward, because it's taking forever, is use Radius and build up to cast Diminish. Enough? Yes. So we get Diminish going here. And now we're going to use the Gyarados to attack. Now, even though we have the hit percentage to use higher attacks, I don't want to do a lot of damage here. Because I want access to something you haven't built up the element power to get to yet. Okay, it's a few more attacks yet. You'll notice on the underneath Gyarados there, it's got one spot way up top there. That is Deluge. And I just realized that I forgot to set the trap element. Basically, you can cast Deluge on them and they will trap it. I forgot to put it on because my brain functions properly. So I will cut back to me actually doing what I was showing you that I was just about to do. Okay, we're back, and this time we weren't stupid. We remembered our Deluge trap element, which we want to set up. We set this up, and then we're able to cast Deluge on them, making sure to obviously have cast Diminish first. Because we don't want to kill them with this, we want them to be able to counter us. Now, you have to be careful here. Gonna defend. Attack a couple of times. We might get the option to set another trap here because they will all counter. But only one of them will be trapped at a time. So the hope here is to get one more turn in. Unfortunately, he got it off. Now, it's still under Diminish, so I'm not worried about dying or anything. But what I want to do is set a secondary trap to get a second one. So you should be able to get two. As long as there's 3 of them alive, you should be fine. Don't tell me you're going to cheese me, game. Why are only 2 of them doing it? Really? Yeah, they're counterattacking monsters. All they do is counter. They do nothing else. They're purely counterattack monsters. I'm going to have to reload because the game hates me, and even though there's 3 of them, they should have used Deluge 3 times. They only used it twice. apparently you only get one for battle. I'm going to do this and get all 3 of these, and then I'm going to save so I don't have to redo this again, because trapping elements in this game is a pain in the ass, but it does make your life a lot easier in the long term because you have access to such powerful elements. Now, if you want to skip all this, you absolutely can and just use Strength and Eagle Eye and get your way through 90% of the game anyway, but it's nice to have some variety in terms of the combat. So I'm going to reload basically from the start of this episode, lovely enough. Get all these, and then we'll move on to the next element we want to trap. There's more than one. Okay, now that I've trapped all the deluge elements that I want, we're going to move on to fight the same guy, and this time we're going to trap a different element. This time we're going to trap Carnivore. In order to get access to this one, we need to build up Sprig, and we need to doppelgang a different enemy this time. One that she comes with by default, so you don't have to kill anything in order to get access to it, and that is the Lowly Bulb. You can fight them in here if you need to, but she has access to it by default for some reason. Alright, just going to defend to get all my stamina back. And get Diminish going. Now, if you want to trap 2 in the same battle, it's best to build up Radius's element power ahead of time. So what I'll do here to demonstrate how to get 2 in one battle properly is build him all the way up so that he can do it once again. Stop attacking me and interrupting me. I'm trying to steal elements. Oh, right. I forgot what level your Carnivore is at anyway. You probably didn't need to attack that much, but that's fine. Alright, so we've got enough element power with you. Carnivore +1. You always want to find the weakest one possible if they happen to have a weaker one. In this case, they don't. Did I do Diminish? Yes. Okay, we got the trap set. Set up Carnivore. Sadly, that killed one, so I'm not going to get 2 this time anyway. But there's trapping 1. I will continue to trap more of them. And yeah, I'll get 3 total of these as well, and then we'll come back and we'll get some more. Just run away every time you successfully trap elements. No need to kill them each time. This one can be a little harder to do, so make sure you save ahead of time, as with any time that you're trapping elements. This time, we're going to try and get some really powerful stuff out of this guy. That being Black Hole. The problem with Black Hole when you cast against enemies is it's got a chance of inflicting instant death. Obviously, that's going to prevent them from countering, but in order to do this, we want to turn into Total Chaos. We got access to a few episodes ago. As you can see, it's got a very unique design for its element grid. What we're going to do here is we're going to do 1 pop with you and defend. I want to give a little bit of element power to Lynx there so that he can heal one of these guys, since I've been picking on one the whole time. Alright, so we've got the trap set. Here's Diminish going. And we'll have... yeah, see, that one's already sagging. So what I want to do here is I want to cure it. And yes, you can use cure to target your enemies if you want. So we'll do that. And then we'll do a few attacks here. Sadly, Total Chaos is pretty powerful. pretty sure it's way up there. Now I'll have Radius start getting a couple of attacks in here too. You're not going to be able to get more than one. There's another Diminish if you want it. You're not going to be able to get more than one black hole in a fight because chances are it's going to kill somebody. But what we are going to do is heal up as much as we can because we don't want to kill them with damage. Oddly enough, the enemies here can do Health Soul +5, where we can't. We can't change what level we put Health Soul on. It's stuck at level 2 and only level 2. It's kind of interesting that way. Seal All temporarily stops everyone's elements. It's an interesting ability that we'll have access to without having to doppelgang at some point. Yeah, it's interesting some of the element combinations that some of these guys have. Alright, so we've reduced damage. Let's hope I don't kill them both. So that's what that looks like. It's pretty buff. They both survived? I'm dumbfounded. I don't know which one cast it, so I'm just going to run away. But I'm going to do that, probably get one per battle, save after each one. By the way, I'm not all the way in there anymore. I came back here and I'm using that one because he's right next to the exit, which gives me quick access to saving. In my test run, I was using an emulator, so I had quick access to save state, so I didn't worry about it. But this is, as far as I know, the fastest way of getting from save point to one of these couscous enemies. So I'm going to get a couple more of these and then we'll go for the last one. Okay, we're back and we have a new enemy. Let's see here, Casserway. They're similar to the ones we fought before. I think you can get Mithril from him as a steal or a drop. It doesn't matter. We have plenty of Mithril at this point, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, they're unique in the fact that they don't have a sprite in this area and can show up with the couscous. So can dodos, by the way. Also, in order to do the last element that I want to trap, I need to have Zappa in the party. And I need to have gone for that little dip into Fort Dragonia in order to pick up the Volcano Trap, or the Volcano Element, in order to use it against these guys. So we set the trap there. No, I want you to attack the that guy. There we go. So yeah, the reason why we need Zappa here is because we need someone with a red innate color in order to cast Volcano in the first place. In my test run, this wasn't a problem because I was able to trap it from the, what was the guy? The giant glue. Alright, so we're going to get Radius built up here again, so that he can lay another one of those traps in a moment. Now, the interesting thing, and the reason why I keep adjusting from one character to the next, is that you can actually keep defending with the same character over and over again, and instead of defending with everyone time after time, and you won't trigger them getting their attacks quite as soon. So if you don't need every single point of... did I set Diminish up? No, I did not. I want to do that first. So if you don't need every single point of stamina back, then you can just do it that way. In this case, I want to get... Interesting, I don't think I've ever seen this before. That's weak as all hell. But I'm just going to guard away so I can get all of Radius's stamina back here so he can get a chance at capturing a second one in this fight. I had fast forward on. Alright, Zappa. Remember to allocate it as low as possible. And there's Volcano. Guard, guard, guard. There's one Volcano. There's another trap. There's a second Volcano. And even if I could build up, there's no way I would have time to do that and set another trap. Even if they use it or don't, so I'm going to run away, grab a final one, and then we'll actually go do something in this episode other than farming elements over and over and over again. Okay, you don't necessarily need to get all 3 of them anyway, but I did just so that I have them. You probably only need to do 1 because it's rare that you can have more than 1 red innate character or any of the level 6 elements. Black Hole is another one of those level 6 elements. So only an innate black can use Black Hole. Let's do attack first. Yeah, so black only if innate color black. And so we now have access to that. I'll take Free Fall off so I can put Earthquake back on. And then, yeah, you can leave Diminish in place if you want. You don't need the trap there anymore. Throw Carnivore up there to do some better damage for you. Basically, I'm just going to, for the most part, be spreading them out. Remove the stuff off you since I had no real interest in using you anyway. Get you out of the party. We're going to put Harley back in for now since Harley is actually set up. Save for, I think I gave... where are you? I think I gave Sprig a couple of things. I think I gave you an extra Mithril Mail, but you have the Mithril Helmets. Yeah, you have the rest of my gear. Okay, perfect. Let's throw a Mithril Helmet on you. Yep, everyone's good. So now that we've done that, let's start visiting some of the islands around here. I think we'll probably make it to 2 of the islands today. First things first is we want to sneak in here to Forbidden Island. After coming here in either world, it now shows up as a blue indicator on the map. And there's smoke coming out of here, and I can't remember if it was doing that in the other path or not. But if we pop over here, in the other world, it wasn't locked. As soon as you go to leave, though, there's someone in the window. It seems someone is here after all. But apparently not the same person that was there before, which was a demi-human who talked about being chased off in some senses anyway. Alright, next, let's head to Guldove. Figure this will be very much an episode of supplies. What is going on here? Hey, Doc, what's up? What, kids dying in this world too? Well, who is it? They don't tell us yet, but it's indicated later. Oh, lots of, oh, you're a trader. Some of the traders, I would guess, yeah, see this one here does all these without requiring specific colors, but it doesn't have access to the mithril. Not that we really need that. Nothing to sell to business rivals. Okay then. Do you have anything special? I don't think he does. No, not really. We're already fully upgraded. We don't need anything else, I don't think. Now, if you remember in the other world, he complained that his demi-human helper was lazy. Boss is too lazy. So apparently the demi-human is the hard worker in this world, and he's the lazy one in the other. They draw lots of interesting parallels how small choices can make massive differences in the span of someone's life by showing the differences from world to world. It's an interesting take. One more person over here. Waves will wash away the world, will they? Ancient Dragonian artifact called the Dragon Tear, enshrined in this village. The Dragonian artifact, an ancient treasure, almost as valuable, could be as valuable as the Frozen Flame. Love to see it at least once. East from here, there's an area called the Dead Sea. It's covered with thick clouds all year long. The strange thing about it is there's no way in. Poisonous coral surrounds the whole area. Even the poor military who are causing trouble around El Nido gave up after several tries. Back here in Homeworld, Orcha is here. Mighty small shop. Wasn't he in Arnie before? Or am I misremembering? Maybe it was his brother. There was someone there similar to him anyway. What do we got going on over here? Judging by your appearance, are you foreign-born? Yeah, demi-human. Foreigners are not allowed to enter the tower. So, even though demi-humans were supposed to be a lot more welcomed here, either being foreign or being a demi-human, one or the other is seemingly an issue here. You guys heard about the Star Fragment? The sea near Triplet Isles. Locals call it the Nido Triangle. It's in an area you can find a pretty star-shaped stones. That's why they're called star fragments. They don't have much value other than being pretty. They bring good luck. Nido Triangle is a strange place. If you go a little underwater, there's a layer of air that you can actually walk around. That is almost unbelievable. Not well stocked, but they do have some new stuff. Nostrums, as I talked about before. They could heal a little more HP. Panacea, or very nice elements that remove all status effects. These are consumables, they cost a lot. Purify does the exact same thing, is cheaper, and can be placed on any level. I don't need that many, but I probably only need 3, but I'm going to get a few just in case. We already got 6 recoveralls. Now, here's an interesting note. 99. Temporary keeps hit percentage of basic stacks at 99. That's what Eagle Eye does, and it's not red innate only, and it's not level 6 plus or minus 2. I don't know what this does that every other Eagle Eye doesn't already do. So I never buy it. Infoscope is interesting. Detects your opponent's HP data. We don't really need this. Negate physical. Temporarily annuls foes' physical attacks. This is actually pretty nice. We're going to pick up one of those. Magnagate. Oh, they changed the names. It used to be called Fiznegate and Magnagate. They've changed the names. Well, this one's magical. I'm going to get one of these. And what else? Do we have anything else new here that I need? We have access to magnify and diminish again if you need that. Seal all I talked about earlier on. Temporary tops all elements. We get this at some point, but I'm going to pick up one just in case. Revenge is something that seems interesting. Shifts your status effects onto the enemy, so I'm guessing like they inflict poison on you and it bounces to them kind of deal. It's interesting, but I've never found a use for it, so I've never used it. Yeah, these are innate color only, these level 6 status elements, so there's not a lot of point in picking up more than one. So I think we're good enough with what we've got there. Those purify elements will definitely help. Let's see what's going on over here. Now I hope none of that's being picked up. I've been having monitor issues recently. I keep getting little black flicker. And I don't notice it in any of the editing footage, but I noticed it a lot on kind of my main monitor. Doesn't seem to show up on my side monitor. That's where I do a lot of the editing. So maybe it's just a weird cable issue because it never used to do that. Anyway, sun's upstairs if you need them. Well, first let's go check out downstairs. I always forget what's out here. Right. Go faster. Alright, upstairs. What's Korsha up to in this world? I got permission. I don't know anyone by that name. Well, he doesn't know me. I'm too high up. Don't know why. I can't remember which level. No, I didn't want to go all the way down. Video game, stop. I just want to get off so I can go get the one item that's in this town. And it is back here where the secret entrance was on the other path. This time it's a lowly tablet. Oh well. Alright, my voice is starting to go, so I think we're going to call this a day. Get out of the way. Next time, we're going to take our boat and continue to explore the homeworld and see what exactly we can do while we're here. Heard some information from a few people talking about the Dead Sea. A few people were talking about the Nido Triangle. Anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.